coming. Hi guys, so welcome back. Today I've recorded a little foundation routine for you. I did record the eyes, but it turned out really weird. The lighting wasn't right, I wasn't kind of liking it. So foundation for now. If you like the eye look, I can always do another video if you want. But yep, hope you enjoy and thanks for watching.
Okay, so let's do this. Get that tea first. Bear in mind this was 6 o'clock in the morning, so excuse the bedhead. So let's get started. So first I'm going in with the Quick Fix Hydrating Prep Spray from Urban Decay. So I like to use this before I apply my makeup, and at night when I take my makeup off, it just really gives me that hydration that I need. Then I'm going with the Skin Kiss Serum. You can use this as a primer on its own. I've been using it night and day and I've really seen a big difference in my skin. I have wrote a blog on this. If you're interested, you can go have a wee look, see what it's all about. But I just put that over the face and then blend it in with a beauty blender. Okay, so I forgot to actually show you, but it's the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer that I always use that I'm using today. So dot that all over the face and I'm rubbing that in with my fingers. Then we're going in with the Naked Skin colour corrector. This one's the peach one, so this is going to correct any kind of dark circles, any pigmentation in the skin. I've got quite bad circles under my eyes and kind of around the side of my nose, as you can see there. So applying that on and then just rub that in with your fingers. You want to pat this in so that you get the most coverage for it, from it even. Circles be gone. Now, my absolute favourite foundation is the Naked Skin mix with the All Nighter. So I do about 1 pump of the Naked Skin, maybe 1.5, and then half a pump of the All Nighter. The colours that I'm using are 4.0 in the All Nighter and 2.0 in the Naked Skin. So it just kind of thickens up the Naked Skin for me. My skin is a bit dry, so All Nighter on its own for every day is far too much for me. So I like to mix them. That's my perfect complexion. So I'm just using a crown brush that you've seen was very dirty already. I've been using it all week, but only on myself. So we're just stippling that on. When you stipple it, you do get more of a coverage as opposed to buffing it all down into the skin. I like that full coverage because my foundation has to be on from 6 in the morning to basically about 8 o'clock at night. When I get home from work, I need that full coverage. It's not going to go anywhere. So I like to put it over my lips as well. As you can see, my lips do have quite a colour to them already, so I like to put the foundation over it just so it mutes that, and then any lip colour I'm going to put on is the way that it is in the bullet, and it's not going to change depending on my lip colour. I did also do my eyebrows off camera because I like to carve them out, but that is another video in itself. I don't want to bore you with my brows, as you seen in the last video. So I had mixed them on a little palette, and I'm literally just using all of that. If you want more coverage, you can always change the kind of ratio in that, but it's on you. So I'm taking a beauty blender just all over, just to kind of make sure everything's blended in. A beauty blender will pick up any kind of excess product, so if you're feeling a little bit on the cakey side, you could take that all over. It'll pick up any product that you don't really need and just kind of smooths everything out. Naked Skin Concealer now. This is the colour in Light Warm. It wouldn't focus there, but hey ho, you get the drift. And I'm using this to kind of highlight the high points of my face, so under the eyes in that kind of triangle shape. Doesn't have to be a perfect triangle, as you can see, and I bring it up the sides of my nose as well. It makes your nose appear a little bit thinner. On the cupid's bow, on the chin, and in the centre of the forehead and down the nose. I only highlight a little bit in the centre of my forehead because I have quite a big forehead, as you can see, so I don't like to draw attention to that. So I only highlight a little bit kind of between the brows and up, and then I contour more. I've just went in with a slightly darker concealer, which is more my skin colour. It's light neutral in the Naked Skin, just to help blend that in. As I was looking at it on the camera, it looked really, really pale. So I put a little bit of that in just to help it blend, and we're going in with the beauty blender and just blending that all out in the areas I've applied. Okay, so Chanel Universal Bronzer. So I like to use this as a kind of like a light contour on my face. It kind of warms up the face. I'm using it on the end of my beauty blender just so it's not as harsh. And it's the bottom end of the beauty blender, and we're just dabbing that under the cheekbones, and then I take it round my forehead, and whatever's left on the sponge I use on my chin and jaw. So you'll see this just kind of warms it up and gives you a really kind of soft, blown out, kind of contoured look, nothing too harsh. I didn't want a kind of big harsh line or anything like that. I feel like the whole harsh contours kind of going just now. Everybody's wanting more of the kind of softer look. That's just what I've been feeling from like doing other people's makeups. That's what everyone's asking for. So right up to the hairline. A bit on that nose, shorten that nose. And then whatever's left in the sponge, I just take around my jawline. Take a little bit there. Get rid of that doubly chin. So Becca Opal highlighter now. I take this either on a sponge or a really old MAC 224 brush. It's literally falling apart. It looks really scabby, but I like it for highlight. So I'm just popping that on the highest points of my cheek, and then I put it down the nose. When I'm wanting more of a coverage, like more of a shine from a highlight, I use the Beauty Blender, which I do think I go in with because it wasn't picking up great on the camera with this brush. But you can use any brush for highlight. I'm not really fussy when it comes to highlight. Just get it on. So I'm just kind of building that slowly. And on the nose. Sometimes I just pinch the brush and do it like, there you go. Pinch it, put it down the nose. The thinner the highlight, the thinner your nose will look. Cupid's bow if you want to be fancy. There we go, there's wasn't bright enough. I went in with the Beauty Blender, so obviously when it is wet, it's a lot more pigmented. So I just went in with it, just going for it. I then take my foundation brush and just kind of lightly go over that, just to make sure that there's no kind of harsh edges or anything like that, just to make sure it's really blended out. Now to set it, so we're using RCMA colourless powder, so I just emptied a little bit of that on my mixing palette, and I'm smoothing under my eyes. Because I've done my concealer and I've been looking about, your concealer will settle in the lines, so you don't want to set it into the lines, if that makes sense. So smooth it all over first and then put your powder on, and that will stop you from actually setting the concealer in your lines, and it will make you look older. So I'm just kind of setting all the places that I highlighted with the sponge. When you're leaving it as thick as this on, this is more like kind of baking the concealer. I like to do this when I am wearing foundation and concealer for such a long period of time, because it does set it for longer. If you're not into that, you can always just take a brush and lightly dust it over, that's fine. Whatever you're into. And I'm just taking the tapered powder brush from Urban Decay and the bronzed bronzer, sorry, and just carving out the old cheekbones and popping that over the universal bronzer that we use, just to kind of intensify that a little bit. So I'm just kind of flicking the colour up. I do start at the very back, like right next to my ear, because the first place you put your brush will be the darkest, because there's most product on that. So start there and then you start working the colour downwards. You wouldn't have a natural shadow right in the centre of your face, it would be further back. So just be aware of that whenever you're applying your contour or bronzer or whatever. So I'm then going with the shapeshifter, and I like to mix the two colours there. I do take more of the light colour and just a little touch of the darker colour, because it is such a pigmented product. And again, right at the back of the jaw, the cheekbone, Gemma. And just really kind of building some depth in that contour, giving me the cheekbone that I never had. And whatever's in the brush, just along the jaw, get rid of the double chin and bring it down the neck. So I'm going with that highlight again. I said I wasn't fussed about highlight, I'm clearly going for it in this video. The Shapeshifter highlight is a lot brighter, so sometimes I like to do my Becca Opal first and then put a little bit of the Shapeshifter over it, just to kind of brighten it a little bit when I've not got tan on. So that's just a big fluffy face brush from Real Techniques. I have had this brush for years and I absolutely love it. It's so soft and it was only like £10. And I'm just taking away all that powder. If you're getting photos taken, make sure you really dust away this powder because you might have like a cast left if you don't rub it away properly. So I'm kind of really getting in there with that. And just going back in with that bronzer and making sure it's as dark as I want. Oh, another sip of the green tea. Right, so I'm going in with the Urban Decay Score blush. I really don't like blusher on me. As you can see, I take hardly any at all. I feel like today I kind of needed it. So I'll pop a little bit on. And that's me. That's the foundation.
Oh, go get some highlight on that collarbone. How could I forget? Collarbones and shoulders. Make me skinny. Okay, okay. Oh, don't forget. Okay. You're speaking in the camera. I don't know if I like it.